7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hola, I am Dora, the explorer.
What's up, fam? We're back for another episode of Niner and Friends. We're your hosts, Miriah, Beto, and Ryan. What's up, fellas? How you guys doing?
Just fine, how are you?
Good, good. Excuse our tardiness and excuse my friend down there that's all blurry.
Am I blurry?
He's drunk, so don't mind him.
Yeah, you're
Am I blurry?
You're blurry
Oh,
and
no.
stuck.
Oh, my connection. Yeah, that makes sense. One of the reasons why we're late.
What's up, chat? I see everybody. Let me see. Bebop, first in the door, said last full moon of the winter. The moon was looking crazy last night. I guess they call it like a worm moon or something. I looked it up. But I took some pictures. It was looking like the sun outside last night. It was pretty crazy. Christy, what's up? Oh, my co-host is in here.
Yeah, I was chatting it up with it. I'm like waiting for the link like a dumbass.
Jess.
My fault.
Hey, Jess. Good to see you.
What up?
Throwback. Hey, Throwback. David McNiner. We got all the regular suspects.
What up, Throwback?
No,
camera don't work. The internet don't work.
No, nothing works.
Yeah.
JDLR.
I just thought.
That's
if
the
I was
better
gonna
side
be
of you,
posting,
Ryan.
might
So
as
keep
well
it that
just
way.
save the. Oh, I've got a face for radio. Don't get me wrong. I got a face for radio.
Alberto.
Bang bang Niner gang.
Let's see. Almost through the list, I think.
Joel, I did have a
49er
lady
Chanel.
call me El Guapo once. So
she was blind.
No.
I was thinking the same thing. That is the funniest shit, Mariah.
She was.
I am not lying.
She was a little older than me. She was a little older than
90?
me. So I'm guessing,
she was blind. Yeah.
To her, I was looking pretty scrumptious. You know what I mean?
You were going out to the retirement homes again, huh, Ryan?
Hey, a 6 looks like a 10 when they're 20 years younger.
Hey, John B.
No comment.
Oh, man. All right, let's start off with some news that came out recently.
Well, it depends on what age. I'm sorry, I'm an old man, so that I can make joke because that's still in the 20s. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Go ahead, Mariah.
Let's start off with some news today. Obviously, the franchise tags had to be in today. The 49ers did not use their franchise tag, which means obviously Robbie Gould, Jimmy Ward, those guys will test free agency. Some other news with the franchise tag is that the Ravens didn't come to a contract extension with Lamar Jackson and they franchise tagged him. However, they tagged him with the one that any team can make an offer and then they can either meet the offer, and if they don't, then they get 2 first-round picks from the team and the team can sign him. So it's kind of crazy, like for those that don't know, Lamar doesn't have an agent. He's representing himself, him and his mom. The rumors are out there. Obviously, nobody's in the room. We don't know for sure, but the rumors are out there. And the reason they're far apart is because he wants a lot, mostly the whole contract guaranteed, something similar to what
Deshaun?
To what?
Deshaun Watson?
Yeah. Yep. Similar to Deshaun Watson's, and like I could see his point from the fact that he's like, I've been here playing football. I don't have no women, no cases, no nothing against me.
Oh my God.
The team just paid this guy all this guaranteed money, and yet, the team I've been busting my ass for, is not willing to do the same for me, He has an MVP.
Did you see that Twitter thread? There was a great Twitter thread. I can't remember who reposted. Oh, it was Chris Polo. Chris Polo retweeted it, and might be able to find it, but let me see if I can't. But it was like he had it all down there, even to the point where they were talking about how much capital had been used on the offense versus the defense. Like you're talking about all that offense was essentially coming through Lamar. Like he had the second worst receiver core out of everybody in the league. You know what I mean? Like everything like just stacks up to how is he 46 and something? You know what I mean? With that team when they pretty much gave him nothing. And I to me it's a travesty. If there's anybody who should have gotten a fully guaranteed contract, it should be Lamar Jackson. Because man, what has he done wrong? Show up every day to work? You know what I'm saying? Like you got no scandals. You know what I mean? I think one of the big things is he wants guaranteed money, but also he's doing this without an agent. And I think that's a big thing too, because you're talking about agents don't want this to happen because more players start doing the going this route, less agents need to be hired, you know, all this good stuff. It's not good for them. But also teams, they're like teams like Cleveland and Jacksonville, with like Jacksonville when they gave Kirk his exorbitant contract, you know, just throwing off essentially all the tier, the pay scale tier, and then you've got the Cleveland Browns. So just so Deshaun Watson, person who allegedly moved on women, you know, tried to push himself upon women in some sort of way, and did some sort of like maybe acts in front of them or something. That guy, somebody has to throw the kitchen sink at him to make him want to come and do all guaranteed and all this and that. And now all of a sudden you're a guy who's actually worth that. It's funny too, because they were talking about, oh, look at the people with the most guaranteed money. And it was like, you got a 39-year-old quarterback in Aaron Rodgers, right? You got, who was it? Obviously Deshaun Watson, but there was Russell Wilson. Look at all his money. But, you know, the league won't let Lamar Jackson do it. And the fact that nobody's trying to put in an offer, you know, to try and go get Lamar, this is kind of like they're trying to make an example out of him. And I hope he sticks to his guns and makes them play their hand.
What you think, Beto?
Sorry, too busy communicating with the guys in the comments.
Again in the chat.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, Lamar's doing what he does. I wouldn't be worried if I was the agents. Not a lot of players are smart enough to be able to handle their own ability to discuss their contracts. A lot of players, unfortunately, do need agents to do all the talking for them. So, but they are the particular guys like Lamar Jackson, Richard Sherman that speak for themselves, and he just wants reassurance because the type of football that Lamar plays could easily see him out of football if he's gets injured in a certain way. And we all know, a lot of times we feel bad that, or we complain that players are asking for too much, but man, you know what? Teams don't give a crap about you if you can't do nothing for them. As long as you can do something for them, they'll respect you. They'll take care of your family. They'll show you everything you need to be seen. But the minute you can't play or you're not able to get them where they want to go, they just throw you away. So I am all for the players getting their money. I don't care if it's Nick Bosa for our team or Lamar Jackson going after the Ravens. Get your money, man. Get your money. When you have the leverage, take that opportunity to get your money, because the reality is, once he can't do what they want him to do, they'll dismiss him. They'll throw him away like yesterday's trash, and that's unfortunate for players. But I know a lot of fans are like, they already make millions. Why do they want more? I'm like, because they know that they're just one play away, but being dismissed by a damn team. So get your money, Lamar. If you have to hold out or whatever it is, get your money. I am for Lamar. Forget the Ravens. I'm always for the player, man. Get your money. I only disagree is when the player sucks and it's not that good, and then he wants the bag. I'm like, hey, I don't blame him for wanting the bag, but
Kyler
hey,
Murray.
yeah, if you suck, man. But if you're as good as Lamar is,
That's
man, get your money.
that's another one that they were talking about. Like, look at Kyler Murray. Like Kyler Murray, hasn't done shit, but yet he thinks he deserves the big bag. But yet Lamar Jackson, who's carried his team at times and checked a lot of boxes, and you're talking about, he can get paid now. Why? Because his style of football is a little more physical, so therefore there's more risk to giving him the guaranteed money. But then somebody like a Deshaun Watson stays maybe in the pocket more, or this or that, and then doesn't, like physically run out of the gut, then that's okay. Like, let's be real here. Let's start, that's why like let's talk about like running backs that come out of the draft. They have to wait for like 3-4 years till they get that bag, and by the time they get that bag, they're on the verge of being washed in this league. And I don't think that's good for the team nor the player. You know what I mean? If you're going to be certain positions like that, like they should be getting paid, when you're a big part of the team, they should be getting paid big right off the bat, because like with certain positions, you never know if you're going to be able to make it that bag. You might, do 3 years of a rookie contract, run yourself out of the league. You know what I mean? Put up great numbers the whole time, and then some team just cut you. And then what? It's not like you weren't good to that team. They got a lot of money out of you and paid you nothing. But I mean, that to me, that's not good. And then you got things like Cowboys. Look at what they did. Zeke Elliott has a great career, this and that with them. They give him the bag, then he sucks. Now they're stuck with this huge contract. Zeke has to stay there for a short down yardage back. I did air quotes, even though you can't see me. And it's like, why? We shouldn't have that. Zeke should have already had his money. He sucks now. He should be out of the league, retire, enjoy himself somewhere on the beach.
I might have sound like Ryan, so I'm going to talk like this.
Is my connection that bad?
Yes.
Oh.
You sound like a robot, bro.
Real quick, let me say what's up to some people that have joined. We got Bryant in the building. What's up? Sim, my brother from another. Appreciate you coming through. We have the great Terradome in the building.
Really?
Jerry. What's good, Jerry? I saw that Jerry's brakes gave out and he's stuck on the side of the road waiting for AAA. So that's not good. I hope things get better for you.
Yeah.
Let me see. I think that was it, maybe. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. And I saw a couple of people bring this up. Oh, Steve-O, what's up, Steve-O? Really? And they've used freaking, don't be acting stupid in this chat.
Yeah, you saw that? I don't want to say that, but I'm like, really?
And they use freaking TL's picture. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, you give me the privilege to do so. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. I didn't see the wrench.
So another guy that got paid today, obviously, was Daniel Jones. He got a huge contract, I think, bigger than what I was expecting. Like, he's only had one real year of production, and his team has no problem. Of course, he didn't get, a grip of guaranteed money. I think that's where the biggest holdup comes, is that Lamar wants all this guaranteed money. And Daniel Jones, he got, not even, I don't think 50% of his was guaranteed, somewhere around there. But still, like, he's making a grip of money for 1 year of production. Robert Griffin had tweeted and laid it out perfectly, comparing Lamar Jackson to Daniel Jones. And it was Lamar Jackson has a 45-16 record. Daniel Jones is 21-32-1. Lamar's 26. Daniel Jones is 25. Lamar has an MVP. Obviously, Daniel Jones doesn't. Lamar has 101 passing touchdowns. Daniel Jones has 60. Lamar has 24 rushing touchdowns, and Daniel Jones has 12. So I don't know. Like, I mean, we saw
That's
what's
crazy.
what's his face from the Seahawks. You know, he got a pretty nice bag too.
Geno Smith.
Yeah, Geno Smith. Obviously not. He's not going to be making the highest money, but like that's a pretty big bag for somebody that everybody
Especially
had
at
written off.
29, yeah, at that age.
Yeah. So I mean, we're seeing quarterbacks get paid. It seems like, but I don't know. Lamar Jackson situation. At the end of the day, I don't see him staying there. I really hope that a team that's, you know, going to appreciate him, that wants him, is going to go out, make him an offer that, you know, the Ravens just won't, and they're able to get him. I saw Sim throwing out the Falcons. I think that would be a great fit for him. Let me ask you this, because I've seen this. I've already seen the jersey swaps and everything. Money's not an option. Would you give up on Trey Lance and Brock Purdy to be able to sign Lamar Jackson?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I would. I like what Lamar Jackson can do. I can only imagine what he can be under Kyle's. Because Lamar Jackson is a very accurate thrower, man. He can throw good in the pocket. He can run, and Lamar Jackson runs like a running back. That boy can run. So I can only imagine how Kyle would spread that defense. But now you have Debo that's potential can take off running. You got CMC, and you have your quarterback Lamar Jackson. You have to count for. That's not even 11 on 11. That's more like 11 on 10. You know, their defense, because who are they going to stop? So I would. Now I know it's a fairy tale and it's not going to happen, but like you said, if the money wasn't a factor and the no trades, whatever, it's just a would you take him? Yes or no? I would definitely.
Ryan, you there?
I'm here. How do I
You
sound?
sound-
Horrible?
No.
Huh?
No, you sound good now.
Okay. I'm over here just like motherfuckers. I don't. I think impulsively the more I think about it, I think Trey's ceiling is higher than Lamar's. You know what I'm saying? And I think he's got a better arm as far as going down the field. You know what I mean? And Lamar Jackson would be awesome and nasty in our system day one. Like if it was like, if you're talking about you want to win the Super Bowl, that's the move. It's the move. If you want to win the Super Bowl right now, we're winning right now. You leverage everything. You lay waste to anything that can help you right now, which is Trey and Brock. You know what I mean? They can't, help you right now. You don't know what you have in Trey. Brock's hurt, needs to go through surgery. You don't even know what surgery he's having. You know what I mean? And I appreciate both of them. I love them both. Don't get me wrong. I don't like Saints, but no, Ryan's not intoxicated. I just saying that's the last time. In fact, last time I got intoxicated was when Trey snapped his ankle. I was in the garage. I was painting, and I wasn't even going to drink that day. And then I'm watching the game painting, and he snaps his ankle, and I got a corner store 150 steps away, and I immediately went down and got me 2 of the New Belgium 9.5 tastes like juice, and I pounded 2 of those things, and I got so drunk I forgot to put my art stuff away, and my mate had to do it for me the next morning. I'm just kidding. That's how upset I was. As I went out and got, drunk, and I I still think that's, if it's win now mode, that's the most win now thing you could do to, I think, solidify this team. And go after D tackle or a DN. You know what I mean? And try and keep your, I don't know. Then turn around and go, Jimmy, Gibson, Ward, Gibson. Hey, look at who we're bringing in. Just want to get that ring real quick, bro. Come on. Come on. Don't worry about the bag. Just ride this one out real quick.
I think with Jimmy Ward, it's not really the bag that he's concerned about. It's the position. He doesn't want to play nickel corner or slot corner. He wants to be a safety. And I think that's more important to him than
Instagram,
the money. Not than the money. He doesn't want the money, of course, but he wants to play. And if we bring Gibson back and he has to play slot, I don't know if he'll do it for the ring. I think he's very evident that he wants to be safety.
But it's not necessarily, you get injuries too. So like, it's not saying like he has to play slot the whole time. People go down, he could move back. Hufanga could get hurt.
No, but he wants to start as a safety. He don't want to move to safety. He wants to start as a safety.
He said something different on Instagram the last couple of days.
What did he say?
I cannot quote him. Can't quote him exactly. I don't know if you can, Ryan.
You're making it up. Stop it.
I didn't hear it.
No, I've heard him.
You can't quote something that wasn't said.
The actual words. He was saying that it wasn't that much of a thing about playing nickel and this and that, and he doesn't mind playing nickel.
Okay, now I know it. He didn't say that, bro. Because I've heard him say publicly on his show that he came on.
He was eating an IHOP. He was like, well, I don't know if IHOP, but it seemed like it was like a dinner, but maybe it might have been Denny's. But I think he's more of an IHOP guy than Denny's.
So we'll go back to a different quarterback situation in a minute, but since we kind of veered off to safety, there's some safety rumors that are going out there, and that was
Bates.
According to Albert Breer, Jesse Bates, formerly with the Bengals, could sign with the Niners. And I heard from a few people that were at the combine as well that rumor was going around there, that kind of similar to last season with the Charvarius Ward signing. I think we kind of heard whispers of that coming out of the combine last year. And people are saying that could be our Charvarius Ward signing this season, but with Gates. How would you feel about, obviously, we would be letting Gibson not sign back, letting him go elsewhere. Obviously, that would mean no Jimmy Ward back, and be taking on Jesse Bates.
Go ahead, Ryan. I'll answer after you.
I think, I don't know. Jesse Bates, one of them guys, you're gonna. That's another thing Jimmy Ward was talking about too. He's Jesse Bates, one of my guys. He was saying that. He says, but no matter who you put back, they're gonna cost $15 to $18 million. That's what I was explaining. That's what he was explaining in the thing too. So it's on Instagram. Like I said, he's eating at a diner. Of course I'd like him, but safety is the biggest need. And I've also heard this from another place. I got another guy who was talking about this, maybe about 3 weeks ago. And he's got kind of interconnections. So he was talking about, hey, this might be a thing. I just don't know, why would we spend all that money on that when we need like edge? When we need somebody, we got to pay Bosa, which obviously that's cool. Let's say we move money for one more person, right? I think it's got to be another edge or a good defensive tackle. Who's it? Hardgrave. Somebody was talking about Hardgrave would be cheap. We need somebody, a disruptor. We need a disruptor. And whether it's a tackle, if we don't have a tackle in the barn, in the stable, then we need to go get a tackle because we might have a dog and Drake Jackson, for edge.
Yeah, I think one more year with Gibson will be good. Him and Hufanga really play well with each other. I think they're really gonna focus on drafting a safety that they can develop under Gibson for 1 year. If not, I believe they may already have him in on the roster from last year's draft. But you're right. I think we need to focus on the front line. It's so important. It's so hard not to be seen, huh, Ryan? He's back on. He's like, I want to be seen.
No,
Damn it.
I'm testing it.
No, it's still bad.
Oh, it's still bad?
Yeah.
Still
I'll
drunk.
go back and time out.
No, you can keep it like that if you want. Don't bother me none. But
No,
just let you know you're slow motion.
I'm gonna go back to being Eeyore.
But yeah, I think they need to focus more on that front line, offensively and defense in the trenches. I think Gibson will be that'll be a great signing to bring back another year. Draft a safety or continue to develop one that it might be already there under Gibson. But to put 15 to 18 million in a safety, I don't know, man. That's tough because we need more help in the front than we do in the back. Gibson did a great job last year, and I know he can do it again. We need someone that can help Bosa bring that pressure. Someone like Frank, and we'll get into that later, Clark. But someone of that ability. Can you imagine having two powerhouses like that on opposite sides? Will be amazing. So if they put money, I hope they do it in the front, not in the back. That's just my thought on that.
Yeah, I'm with you, Beto. In a perfect world, to me, we sign Gibson back this season and we draft a safety. Let him learn. Let Gibson teach him the ways, how to be a pro, and have him take over that spot next season. I think another year of Gibson and Huff, building on that chemistry, like they're lethal together. So
yes, they are.
And we only have to pay him a few million compared to, this big ass chunk of money. So
yeah, absolutely.
I think what we get from Gibson is plenty, especially compared to the money that we give up. That makes the deal even that much sweeter when it comes that way.
Yeah. Tying all that money in a safety, man. It's if we already have the pass rushers in front that is already dominating, and they were, on rookie deals, I can see why they would try to put that money in the back, to make our secondary even better. But the way Gibson played is particularly with Hufanga, that him and Huff played really well. They read each other. They know what they're thinking. They can make quick reads in the secondary, respond quickly. I just don't want to mess that up. I would like to continue to do that this year and bring in either a top D tackle or pass rusher. If you're gonna, I understand we're gonna sign Nick Bosa, but the Niners just the other day I read somebody said that because of everything they cleared up, all the bonuses that were not given to Jimmy because he didn't meet the expectations, he got hurt, blah blah blah, and all the incentives that were not met last year, that we are like the third highest in the cap with 237
yeah,
million.
but that's not available cap space.
Correct.
That's how much cap we have. We're already using most of that. We still only have a little
players
bit of
that
cap
are on the
space.
roster. And they're still going to restructure a few players to bring someone. But I mean, if they're going to bring, I'm not saying they're going to bring a big name, but if they do, I hope they focus on the D line defensively, because Nick Bosa, as great as he is, and I mean, it's crazy to believe by himself, he still had 18 plus sacks, and a bunch of pressures on the quarterback. Imagine if he had some help on the opposite side, how much that would allow him to even be more of a beast, and he won't be double team all the time. And that's what we need, because honestly, defensive coordinators, they look at our D line. The first person they look at is Nick Bosa,
Yep.
and then they're looking down and like maybe Armstead, and then Samson, like yeah, he can have a good game, but not always. Um, Javon Kinlaw, they just look at his knees. If they're wobbly, they're not worried about him. So I need someone where a defensive coordinator loses sleep over. Like, man, we got to protect from Bosa, and we got to protect from Frank Clark as an example, or whoever, or a Khalil Mack. As Alberto Soto says, we got to protect against them. And now you're looking at like, all right, who do we protect against? And I think that's what we need. We need another pass rusher that can kind of take away from the pressure from Nick Bosa. What's up,
Yeah.
Dion?
Hey, Dion. So since you're talking about it, Frank Clark was released from the Chiefs today. We know he's been a huge part of that defense. But we know that the 49ers have gotten fooled by players coming off the Chiefs before in the same position.
Yeah.
Would you be willing? And we know that we're about to, hook up Nick Bosa with the fattest bag, right? So would you be willing to spend that kind of money on a second edge guy, or do you think that we got to find a mid-range?
Well, the thing is that the cap is going up every year. And the fact that we don't have to pay our quarterbacks top dollar right now, we don't have to really worry about Brandon Ayuk and this year. We can afford to pay Nick Bosa what he's going to get, and you can still free up money to bring up a top pass rusher to work against, alongside of him. Maybe a 3-year deal for him. Now, I understand, like you mentioned, that false player that we got in D Ford from the Chiefs, but I remember Frank Clark leaving Seattle, going to the Chiefs, taking that 55 from D Ford and making it look better than it ever did with D Ford. And we got the worst chain of that trade and short end of the stick. So I would definitely would love to bring Frank Clark. I think he plays with an attitude. He has that. I think that attitude that he plays with will inspire the other defenders on that team to get as crazy as him. But he's a possibility. There's certain players out there that Hargrave from Philadelphia. This kid had 11 sacks playing in the inside. If they do believe that Drake Jackson will make that leap from year 1 to year 2, then they're going to look putting someone in the inside. I don't believe that they truly believe in Javon Kinlaw anymore. They have him on the roster because he's on a rookie deal. They're not going to cut him because it costs more money to the Niners if they cut him. So they're going to let it play out. But as you know, they're not going to pick up, or they haven't picked up the 5th-year option on him. They're just going to let him walk if he doesn't prove himself. So someone like Hargrave in the middle, I can only imagine Nick Bosa, Hargrave, Eric Armstead, and a Drake Jackson at the end, how good that line would be. And I think Drake Jackson will step up. I think he showed flashes of what he can do last year, but I think he wasn't cardio-wise fit to finish the whole season. Plus, he went through the whole what do you call it? We just finished watching it.
Combine.
Combine, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Went through the combine and went, doing this private, they have that private workouts they have in their college and all that. And that took a toll on him. And I think that's why we didn't see him towards the end of the year, because he just ran out of gas. Now that he has a full off season, you don't have to worry about none of that. I think we're going to see a great jump from Drake Jackson, and I'm looking forward to see what he can do this year. So definitely would love to bring someone in the middle to play alongside of Eric Armstead and Javon Kinlaw. I think if you can bring him in for a play or two to kind of relieve I think he'll work out that way. But as a third down D tackle, he just can't do it with those knees.
Yeah, I see that John V saying, "Give me Floyd from LA."
Floyd's a good option. He did well for the Rams.
He said he had 9 sacks in each of the last 3 seasons. So, I mean, that's good. I do think, like, I'm expecting Drake Jackson to be that guy. Like, they drafted him in the second round. Shit, we don't even have a second round pick this season. Like, but they drafted him early, and like, I don't think that they're just expecting to use a second round pick on him and then push him to the backside and pay another guy all this kind of money. Like, I don't know. We saw, like, I've learned, if I've learned anything from the 49ers since last season, when we all were up in arms about, oh my God, this offensive line is going to be terrible. They didn't draft anybody. What are they doing? We all had them drafting offensive lines in our mock drafts. No, they didn't draft anybody we thought they should. Yet they had these guys that they had drafted the year before that had been on the roster, on the practice squad, learning, shaping up, doing whatever they needed to do. When it was their time to move in, they took over and did just fine. I really think that we see that with Drake Jackson. I'm expecting Kalia Davis to be somebody. Like, there was rumors that he was supposed to go, first round, early second round in the draft had he not had that injury. So if we can get him back, like pre-injury, like, he's a wrecking ball. Like, I'm expecting him to be great, and a lot better than what freaking Kinlaw is, because I agree. We can't go into this season with Kinlaw etched in as the starter in that spot next to Armstead.
Yeah,
like, that's not going to work.
Yeah, that would be scary. At least for me, it would be that we had to depend on Kinlaw and his knees. I want somebody with consistency there at that spot. And you're right, Kalia Dave was brought in to replace not really Kinlaw, but he can. But he was really there to replace DJ Jones.
Yep.
He's more of a DJ Jones type of body frame. A lot of the things that we saw from DJ, they saw in Kalia Davis in college. And you're right, if it wasn't due to that injury, he would have gone much higher. So if he can be any of that, what he was in college under Chris Kasarik, I expect Kalia Davis to really blossom on this defense. And if we can get this year production out of him, that'll be amazing. Because that's something that we don't have to worry about Javon Kinlaw. But yeah, if we have to go in with Javon Kinlaw being a 3-down D tackle, that really concerns me because he doesn't play very much.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking Kinlaw in his ability and what he can do. He's a great run stopper, great guy coming out of college. It's just unfortunately for him is due to his injuries. If it wasn't for his injuries, I think this kid would be amazing on this defense. I think he would have been doing much better than he has. But when you can't get on the field, and then that messes with you mentally, and you can tell that he lets things bother him. I mean, getting on Grant Cohn's thing, yelling at him and cussing at him. You can tell that things bother him. So he definitely has those issues. And I know that this whole knee thing it bothers him, and he doesn't, it messes with his ability to play. So I would love to bring someone that can be the starter and then just have Kinlaw come in as a rotational player.
Yeah, and I mean, I can totally see why, you say like, oh, Kinlaw, that it bothers him, and that it's something that you have to understand. Like, this guy, and I'm not saying you have to understand, but people in general.
Yeah, I gotcha.
This guy has worked his entire life for this, up until the time that he could start playing football, played football, and has gone through so much. We know the stories about him being homeless, him living in the car, and he finally had seen his way. Okay, this is how I'm going to be able to take care of me. I'm going to be able to take care of my family. We'll never have to live like that again, right? We're never going to have to go through those struggles again because I'm able to do this. And then you finally get to where, 1% of all the kids that dream to be a pro player, only 1% of them make it. And he was actually could make it. And then you get all that far and your body fails you. You know, it's
Yeah.
not because your talent. It's not because he doesn't have great work ethic. It's not because he doesn't love football. It's not, you know, it's none of that stuff. It's because his body gave up on him. His body failed him. You know, like I think anybody like that, a normal person, that would screw you up a little bit. You know, like we just expect that these guys are robots, that they have no feelings, that they're not supposed to have no emotions, that yeah, we could say he's a bust, he hasn't done shit, they drafted him to take a player spot that they should have never done, right? With the draft pick they should have never used for him. He had those bad knees coming out of college and the 49ers still drafted him. That's not Kinlaw's fault. That's the 49ers
correct.
fault, right? Like
100%.
and so now he has the whole 49ers fan base against him, which fine, you know, whatever. He gets on, he talks shit to the to content creators, to the media, you know, to all this, like, but you have to think like, that guy just lost everything pretty much. Like after this season, he's only going to be on the team this season, probably because the money that we owe him guaranteed anyway. But after that, that's probably his last team that he's ever going to be on. You know, he'll probably might get signed and then nope, he's not going to work. He'll get to the practice squad and then he's going to be out of the league in a couple of years.
And that does become a reality.
Yeah. You know, like that sucks. Like it really does. Like I hope the best for him. Like the great thing is that he was drafted in the first round. So at least he has made, you know, quite a few millions for being drafted in the first round, but nothing like he would have if he was healthy, right?
Yeah,
like,
it's always that second contract that really defines you. The second bag you get that really makes you to be able to take care of your family truly. The first bag is kind of you buy your house, you buy, you pay off your debts, whatever. The second bag is what people are really looking forward to. And he knows that second bag isn't coming.
Yep.
And not the way he wanted it, unfortunately. And you're right. That can depress pretty much anyone, and anybody that never dealt with depression, or, you know what I mean? Imagine you drew a pretty picture there on the fact that, the way he brought up, the way his family, the struggles, he gets the opportunity to make it to the NFL. Now he can pull his family out of that mess. And now that is just escaping him. It's coming. It's just like sand through your fingers. He's seeing it go away. And that can really psychologically mess with your head. And you're like, man, I'm a failure. I failed. And my family will not get better because my body failed me. And he has that guilt, like, I couldn't do it. And then you have other like medias out there making it harder for you. It's really sucks. And I understand everybody lives their own life. Everybody wants about their own clicks and their own decision, whatever. And we are fans, but sometimes, man, fans can be really, I hate to say it, but SOBs.
Yeah.
Certain players, they don't know the certain players' lives. They don't walk in their shoes. They just presume this or presume that, or they match him up with Buckner and they expect him to be Buckner. He wasn't Buckner. And then when he can't perform, they hate him. It's like, it wasn't like he called the Niners to take me. The Niners called him in court. Who wouldn't be taken by a team?
Yeah.
Oh, no. My knees are messed up. I'll go in the third round. Yeah, don't, come on, people. Be smart about it. He got drafted because the Niners called upon him. And you're right. If there's any fault, it's Kyle Shanahan's and John Lynch's for not doing their due diligence. And if they did due diligence, for being stupid enough to not listen to what they told you regarding him. Yeah. Welcome back there, Ryan.
How am I looking?
Okay.
We good?
You're still ugly, but you're a little bit clear.
So, well, I'm talking about, am I glitching? Am I glitching?
You're not moving. You're just frozen.
Oh,
it's better than glitching.
I at least I got my little thing up, so they can see the no.
Hey, that's between you and yourself, bro. You don't need to let us know about that.
Yeah, I agree, Sim.
Right?
That's what I said. We're not going to get rid of him this year because his money's guaranteed. And
yeah, it'd be stupid to get rid of him.
I hope that we just go into the season with him in a backup role. I just said I don't want to go into the season seeing him as a starting nothing.
The only way he would not be on this team is if they really needed the space and not the cap. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, because you're gonna have to end up using the cap anyways. Or there's some other player. You know what I mean? They do a swap for some other player that's trending down too. And you can do a, hey, that guy's not doing very well for you. Well, this guy's not doing very well for us. How about we switch? And then, maybe something happens. But it's very
Yeah, but he's
unfortunate.
not. It's not that
He's
he's
lucky
not
he
doing
got
well.
drafted in
He's
front.
hurt.
Yeah.
Well, that's why he's not doing well.
Well, no, but I mean, if you're going to trade him to me, for example, if I'm on another team and I'm giving you a player that's just not playing well, they could potentially do better, but you're giving me a player that it's not his
Damaged
talent
goods.
or ability, it's just his physical body can't play. I'm not taking him. Go ahead and keep him.
I want to
mean,
address
that's
something
what would be
really
me.
quick. John is asking where is my router. I can
He's sitting
almost
on it.
touch my router from where I'm. I can almost touch my router from where I'm sitting, and it's in a window where it's supposed to be.
I swear, if you
No,
could,
if
I
I
swear, if
was
you could read
sitting
my
on it,
mind.
I'd have a bigger smile on my face.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's the vibrator.
That's why you keep going off camera so we can't see.
Goes, am I jiggling?
Well, that's why the stream's
Yeah.
so jittery.
He's like,
That's why the stream's
is
so
my
jittery.
camera glitching?
Yeah. Is my camera? It's been on the camera.
It's just the camera. It's just the camera.
Steve-O, why you always got to be disrespectful to people? Like, this is the type of shit I hate. Like, just call him by his real name. Like, you don't need to be calling people names. You don't need to be talking about their weight. Like, we're grown adults in this chat. Like, act like it. And if it's you that's making all these fake ass profiles that I have to keep stopping my show to block, like, your real profile going to be blocked next. Because I'm sick of this shit. Like, go clown, go troll all your other people. Like, I'm not the one.
Miriah
Symmetry said AOL online.
Yeah. Remember AOL? Oh my God. And every time you got disconnected, somebody picked up the phone in the house, you're like, shit.
Well, if he's disrespectful to you, then you both go be disrespectful to each other somewhere else, not here, because this ain't the place for it. I'm not disrespectful to y'all. I don't appreciate you guys being disrespectful in my chat to each other.
Ryan, he's your friend. You should talk to him.
Like, I shouldn't have to spell it out in the middle of a show like it's 10-year-olds in the chat. Like, this ain't a children's chat. This ain't a preschool.
Steve-O, don't get me in trouble.
Yeah, Ryan gonna be blocked too because of you.
Right? Not even because of his internet, but because of you.
That'll be the topping on the cake.
Let's go back to some little quarterback rumors that came out this week. Was regarding Phillip Rivers. News came out that Phillip Rivers possibly might want to come out of retirement, and that the rumor was that he reached out to the 49ers and the Dolphins during the season, asking if his services were needed. Are you glad?
I heard that.
So I'm thinking he probably reached out maybe when Jimmy went down and the 49ers then had to make the choice. Okay, do we want this old ass guy coming out of retirement, or do we trust Purdy enough to lead the way? And
I think if Purdy would have struggled,
right?
I think if Purdy would have came out against that Dolphins game and really, really struggled, I mean, played like a 7th round pick, I think that the possibility of him coming out of retirement would have been a possibility. The fact that Brock said, nope, you can stay retired. This is my opportunity, and played as well as he did, they decided to rock with Brock. But I bet you if he would have struggled badly on that game, they would have considered bringing in Phillip Rivers. Because who else did they have? Johnson?
Yeah. I'm wondering if if he did make this call, right, if it was just, oh, do you need me to be the starter? Or was it, do you need me on your roster at all? Because if it was at all, and they could have had him backing up Purdy instead of Josh Johnson, then maybe we're in a different situation, because maybe he had enough in him to be able to lead the charge, at least, to get him through the end of the playoff game or whatnot, better than Purdy with no arm, right? Like,
yeah, I don't think that unless he was pursuing the championship ring, but Phillip Rivers doesn't need the money. So to come out of retirement and go through all that shit of practices and to be a backup, I doubt it. I think he really thought once Jimmy went down that, because Brock, it wasn't like Brock was sitting there a third round, fourth round quarterback. He was a seventh round quarterback drafted with a very last pick of that round. One pick away from being undrafted. Phillip Rivers like, hey, I'll be the starter. That team needs a starter. I'll be a starter, and Brock can, back him up. The fact that Brock played the way he played, they probably said to themselves, let's give him one more chance with the Bucks. Let's see how he does against the Bucks, and if he struggles, we'll have Phillip Rivers on the dial tone, speed tone, whatever you want to call it. And Brock played well again. And they're like, okay, next week, and next week, and next week. When after a couple of weeks, they're like, River, lose our number.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, this guy's getting better each week. And he's on a rookie contract. Yeah, lose our number. And River's like, shit, that was my opportunity.
What do you think, Ryan?
Doesn't it looks kind of a desperate move? I don't know.
Well, we're in a desperate situation.
Everything, but well,
he's talking about Phillip Rivers.
Phillip Rivers at home, like he can't quit the game, and he's like, they still need me, and it's like, what part of your last outing did you think you were gonna be helpful to any? Like,
yeah, no.
Don't get me wrong, he was a great quarterback. At the end there, it wasn't great. It's like Matty Ice. Matty Ice is Matty Melt. I mean, he's watered down.
Matty Ice right now is like your internet, bro. Bad.
Yeah, but I don't think he wanted to be a backup, which is what we really need. He didn't want to have to put in all this time for no glory. You know what I mean? He was thinking about, how can I be a winner again? And it's like, we don't need you to be a winner. We just need somebody. He wasn't going to go through learning all that offense just to be a backup.
Yeah, I didn't think he would come out of retirement, go through the drills, go through everything he has to go through, all that regiment just to be a backup and hold the clipboard. I think he wanted to give another chance to show the Niners that he's still a good quarterback. Because in your head, I don't care if you're done or not, you always, in your head, you think you still have it. You know what I mean? And it's like everybody tells it, you can't sing. You don't sing. Well, I'm still going to go out in American Idol because I believe I can sing. And then you find out, oh shit, you can't sing. I think he still felt like he had it in him and he can come to the Niners and prove himself. But Brock had other. He's like, no. I had to go through Trey Lance getting hurt. I had to go through Jimmy G getting hurt, and then this dude wants to come in and take my spot. Hell no. And he never relinquished that spot. But I think that's what he called the Niners. He's like, bring me in, I'll be your starter, and then your rookie can be my backup.
Yeah, I mean, imagine, like, if I was him, I would have done the same, though. Like, you're already retired. If you have a good team that you think is making it to the playoffs, lose their quarterback at the end, and you think, shit, I can go in and only just have to win a handful of games, and have a possible chance to be able to get a ring. And I didn't have to prepare for the season. I didn't have to go through the grueling parts of the season, just come in, 6, 7 games, 5 games, whatever, playoff game.
He's like, I can do what Jimmy did in the playoffs, just hand the ball off.
Yeah.
How hard is it to hand the ball off to the running back?
Okay.
Right? I don't got to throw. I just got to give it to the running back.
Real quick, Sim says, Phillip saw Jimmy get hurt and asked his 15th son to load up the Madden rosters. Saw Purdy was a 64 and called Kyle ASAP.
I love that.
Said he retired and realized he got to change 436 diapers.
Oh, shit. I heard he has a lot of kids.
He does. That's
My
like
goodness.
a whole Man, I forget how many, but it's definitely a lot. He's like the white Nick Cannon.
I don't blame him wanting to come back. I said, like, I'd rather deal with practice than deal with these diapers.
Well, that's what people had said about
Bro.
Brady the first time he retired, is then he realized he had to take care of his kids, so he came out of retirement.
Yep.
Brady was in the news today too.
Bro, diapers aren't that bad.
I don't think so either. We know that he keeps getting linked, of course, coming out of retirement. I see him in a 49ers jersey probably every single day on my timeline. But he put out a tweet today that said he, basically is not coming out of retirement because he just got a kitty for his daughter, and that's a lot of work. So there you have it from the man himself.
He just got a kitty for his daughter, and that's a lot of work. Oh my God. He sounds like he's a 16-year-old girl.
I commented on there, he lost a kitty and he got a kitty. Just two different kinds of kitties.
Why you have to be a 16-year-old girl? Why are you diminishing women like that?
No, I'm talking about this is.
I'm messing with you.
I know more men that like kittens than women. So
yeah, yeah.
I was just saying, like, this is so like taxing taking care of a cat. That's what I'm saying. Like it's like a child talking about something, that like he's a grown adult. Like taking care of a cat, that shouldn't be that hard. You know what I mean? Like, especially a kitten. It's not like it's that, it's fun when you're around them. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah.
He only likes to take care of the real pussy, not the little four-legged pussy.
Yeah. Yep.
I think it has to do with the hair.
And he takes care of them because he has how many kids?
I think it has to do with the hair. He likes the hairless cats.
No,
kittens. Oh, the real hairless cats. Like those things are freaking. I can't stand those things.
They look weird, especially the they look like
they're scary looking. Shit.
Yeah, they don't even look like gray ones. Yeah, they look weird. Like
imagine waking up in the middle of the night and that thing's standing at the end of your bed. Like hell no.
Can you imagine waking up
you
and
gotta
just
touch that leathery cat?
No.
Got to touch that leathery feeling cat. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm good.
Nothing against cats, but dogs are so much better. I think cats are for themselves. Whatever they want, they do whatever they want. They don't give a shit about the owner. They'll hit you, claw you, walk all over your kitchen or your house. The dog loves you. The dog sits there and waits when you come in the door. They don't care what day you had. They'll just sit there and jump on you. A cat will look at you and just spray and walk away. Forget that shit. Not that he gets cats,
because they know they're the dominant species.
I guess. I
I'm a
get.
dog person.
Look, you're not surviving a cat that weighs your weight. You know what I mean? Not like a house cat, but you know what I mean? Like you take a cat that, weighs somewhere around your weight, you are not at the top of the the circle.
Oh no, of course not. You go against a lion or a tiger.
Yeah.
But
lion, tiger, and bears, oh my.
Yeah, but those cats have the right to act the way they act because they can do shit. The little kittens that you can just kick and I don't think so. It's like a little chihuahua trying to act bad and they're biting your ankle.
The Dachshunds are the most vicious animals, or the most vicious breed.
Who?
Yeah, the Dachshunds.
That's funny shit. You said it, but then you broke off. Didn't hear what you said, and then you came back and you're like, yeah. I missed it. What'd you say? Shit.
Yeah.
Freaking internet.
The Dachshunds.
Yeah.
Oh, because that part unless I didn't hear it, Miriah, did you hear what he said?
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, he's like, this went quiet, came back. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What the heck was that? He's all petting a cat right now, naked.
You're lucky my camera's not working right now.
All right. Here, kitty.
He's petting his
Can you
kitty
pass
naked.
me the mayonnaise?
Yeah. Here, kitty, you want peanut butter?
Purdy surgery.
Friday.
We finally got a date Friday.
Yeah.
So
somebody said Wednesday, liar.
Yeah. They reported Wednesday and then
wasn't that Adam Schefter?
No, it was the guy with the glasses. What's his name?
I thought it was that dumbass that blocks everybody, Mike Silver.
Yeah, there you go. That's it. Yeah.
Oh
That's who I
yeah, it was
talking
Mike
about.
Silver. Oh, I'm so glad he was wrong. Oh, I'm so
Yep.
Oh my
glad.
God. Speaking of Mike Silver, I have this tweet right here that I had shared because after Derek Carr, that's another quarterback that got moved, signed his contract with the Saints. He
Yeah.
posted a tweet that said Carr didn't get huge money, far less than what Daniel Jones is seeking. For perspective, obviously this was before Daniel Jones signed today, which probably means that Garoppolo's market value won't be as high as commonly perceived. And I'm like, don't start. Like your next tweet to fucking follow this is, so, it might, the 49ers might bring him back after all because they could get him a lot cheaper than what they thought they were going to be able to get him for, and it's just like, oh my God, like all this shit, like deja vu. I'm going to keep saying it over and over and over. We keep like every offseason news thing that was last year. It's like they're just repeating the cycle this season.
Yeah, I can't wait for March 15th. He can't come quick enough to start hearing Jimmy's talking to this team or man, the 15th cannot come quick enough because I'm so done with this drama. And again, I have nothing against Jimmy as a person. I don't know him as a person. I think he's probably, based on what I've seen and heard, he's probably a great guy. Everybody loves him, but we know his ceiling is where it's at on this offense. We can't get no further than him. And then we got two young quarterbacks that need the opportunity to play. So I'm so done with Jimmy and Mike and Silver or whatever his name is. He just needs to stop.
He's talking about what's his name, that Netflix
Yeah, did you see
what
that?
was that piece of shit's name?
Netflix
Oh,
series?
Chris Rock?
Oh yeah. No, it's
I'm not talking about that.
what's his
I'm talking
name?
about this. Don't
You
fuck
call
with
him a
cats.
piece of, you don't like Chris Rock?
Don't fuck with cats. No, there's
Not Chris Rock.
If you were reading what the comment was on the screen, you would know what we were talking about. There was somebody who was doing bad things to cats and recording it, and the show's called Don't Fuck with Cats.
Oh,
If you haven't seen it, you should
better
watch
than it. Don't take it out on me, Ryan.
What's his name?
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen that
trying to
show,
explain.
definitely watch it.
I know, bro. I'm messing with you. Calm down, killer. Calm down.
Calm down, cat killer.
300-pound cat.
Bro, I straight up like
I'm a 400-pound gorilla, bro.
I straight
I'll
watched that
smash you.
whole thing. Watched that whole thing from start to finish. And
Chris
I
Rock?
was like, I want to.
I love
I'm
that.
just
I
gonna
love
ignore
the last
Beto.
8 minutes of it.
Yeah. I just wanted to go find that guy myself and make my own home videos. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Alberto says the only time Beto ain't paying attention to the chat, right? You've been in there all day when
Right.
he's not supposed to be. And then when he should be paying attention,
Right.
he ain't.
What?
Even the chat's throwing you out there. Beto.
Dang. Let me get
They're
back
coming
to the
for
chat.
your ass.
Dum, 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 dum. That was the
John
bus
B
going
says
over
Jimmy can
Beto.
talk to 30. Shut up, Ryan. John B says
was waiting
Jimmy
for
can
that.
talk to 31 teams until he reportedly signs with them. I'm uneasy, and I completely agree. Like until it's final that he absolutely can't sign with us because he signed with somebody else, then that's when I'll rest easy. Even though I don't think it'll happen. Ryan,
What's up?
what are your
That was
thoughts?
funny shit.
What are your thoughts on that Mike Silver tweet about your boy Jimmy
I would like to
Garoppolo?
see. That's his name is James, and I'd
James
love to
G.
see you confront him. I'd love to see you with like the news article in your hand, and like go up to him and like put it in his face. What the fuck is this? What the
He
fuck
probably
is this?
blocked me.
You know where the fuck this leads to? Do you know where this fucking goes? I'm just saying. I would.
He knows exactly.
No, you
what
go
he
in the
does.
fucking
That's why he's
corner
doing
right
it.
now. Yeah. Oh, I'm telling you, he giggles. I swear he kicks dogs and steals candy from children, and still he gets more kicks out of tormenting us. At Mike Silver, bitch.
He is, man. Can't stand that dude.
He's blocked more 49er fans, the team that he now covers, which is hilarious. And you have like 97% of the fan base blocked on Twitter.
Wow.
Yeah, covering the team that most of the fans hate you. That's such a great. Who's his boss? Man? Whoever he works for just needs to go out of business already because you are fucking idiots.
Well, he'll never block me because I don't even bother to follow him.
He hasn't blocked me yet,
He's a joke.
but yeah. So, I mean,
John,
that's pretty much all
John.
the rumors that are out there this week.
That's the bong, and the router is like right over here. Router.
What is that? What
And
are
that's
you
also the
holding?
windows. Oh, you don't know what that is?
That was well, because you were holding something, and the next thing you know, you're holding your mic stand. It's like shit. Like you're like the
It's a little
Matrix.
vaporizer. It's a little,
No, I know, but your energy is so
battery.
bad that it doesn't. It's just like you hold it up, right, and then nothing's there, there's nothing there, and then boom, it pops up. Like what the hell was that?
Oh,
That's why it threw me off, bro.
here. It's just it's
See,
hard
right now
to see
you're
it 'cause
frozen.
it's black.
You're frozen.
Okay.
You're frozen. See, you didn't even see. You showed it, but it didn't
Okay.
show.
Okay.
Show it again.
Nope. I see. I didn't see what you did there. You just froze.
Yeah, you wish.
It's probably streaming in 4K over there. Just too much for the bandwidth.
Yeah.
Even though
It
we
says
can
I
only
have
do
leftover
1020.
bandwidth. Ryan wish he had some of this. Watch my electricity go out.
All right, guys, before we get
Beto, you're probably stealing some of mine to stream in 4K.
Whoa, wait a minute. I'm a Mexican with tattoos. You're gonna assume I'm stealing?
Well, I did not bring
What?
any of that into
What
here.
the
I
heck,
said
bro?
Beto. I said
Stereotyping
Beto.
me right there, bro. What's up with that? Mexican with tattoos has to steal his internet?
It's like every time he goes over and he adds another detail. You know what I'm saying? He's like, did you ever see that video? There was a black guy in the car, right? And
Oh, now he's gonna talk about
the
black
cop
people.
comes up
Get
to the
ready.
window and says, well,
I'm ending the show.
So the cop comes up and the cop goes, "Do you know why I pulled you over?" And he says, "No, officer." And he's like, the officer goes, "Suspect is getting belligerent." And he's like, "Sir, here's my license and registration." And the cop hits himself. And then he goes, "Officer, down," and then falls onto the ground. And the guy's like, "What did he do to?" He's trying to have him his insurance and his thing, and the cops just immediately starts beating himself until he passes out. Like,
Oh shit.
nothing's going on.
David McNew says, "Get off your ass and fix your own internet box."
There you go.
Yeah, I guess.
He said you wouldn't be having this problem if you actually fixed it.
Or get off that government
I need
internet.
some transistors. No, thank T-Mobile. I mean, they're going to get a phone call. I was right before I got back in here because I was having so much trouble. I was like, well, I'm just going to call their asses at the same time, right? And so right when the StreamYard thing clicked in, they finally took me off hold. And so I said, "Hey, can I help you?" I said, "Your internet sucks. I was calling to complain, but my shit finally got going again." And I fucking hung up on his ass. Here I am.
I don't know why
worry,
you're trusting
I'll
an
be
internet
making
service that only
calls.
been out for 6 months.
Well, it was great for a second.
First of all, I don't know why you're streaming off phone internet in the first place.
Because that's what he got for his home internet. T-Mobile.
I didn't say it's Wi-Fi. It's the Wi-Fi internet. Anyway, it's not like I'm using my phone as a hotspot. It's different stuff.
Sim says the one time his Wi-Fi works, he uses it on a cheesy joke.
That is funny.
How else are you going to get most?
John V says Ryan hooked up the router to the toaster oven to the PS4, then spliced 2 wires to the furnace and an extension cord attached to nothing. They have you just as a plain old tweaker
John,
now.
that is that stuff. No, that's the house next door. That's literally the house next door. I have gone out to take a piss in the morning, like 3:00 in the morning, and somebody's knocking on the window trying to fucking buy meth through the window.
You piss outside?
No, but my
Look at
window
him, he
is
looks like a
facing that
mountain
side
man.
of the house, Beto.
You got a window in your bathroom that
Jesus
faces.
Christ.
Oh, I can only imagine what you're doing there, bro. Looking at your neighbor.
Why did I
Ew.
even join this show?
Your meth addict neighbor.
She's 80 years old. He's like, ooh.
That's the one that called him El Guapo.
Yeah. Just take off your dentures. Take off your dentures, baby. Let me see
No, it
those.
was a lady I worked with at Golden Corral, but no, the meth addict guy, he's a winner. You want me to give him your phone number?
No.
Okay.
I have my own method guy to deal with. His name is Ryan.
You should see how many cars are in like the back/front yard. He's a car farmer.
See, all that metal is probably blocking the airwaves of your internet.
Well, mine's like 2 stories above all that metal. That's the thing. See, I love everybody's ideas, but like, I can't do anything to fix it. It's obviously the source itself. So
No, I know. That's where I
can
gave
keep,
you a hard time.
Oh, really?
You know. Oh, wow.
It's cool as hell.
Yeah, you have him right there.
What?
Reach out and touch someone.
One-stop shop.
I don't. It's not a meth lab, so there's no green clouds of smokes being vented off during the process of making it.
I thought I was watching that show.
Don't ask
again.
me
What
how
was
I
the
know
name of
about
the show
that.
did with meth?
I know. I was trying to think of it.
Let's
couldn't think of
Breaking Bad, but
Yeah.
Breaking
I've
Bad,
never
yeah.
seen it. But when
I
I
think
was
you're
a
in
kid,
that
at
movie.
one point,
Look at
No,
he goes,
Starring
my
Ryan.
neighbor runs the cartel. I'm dead.
no, at one point we were doing our little thing, running around, and we might have been helping people procure said things, but we weren't doing said things like most of the other people. So there was a lot of profit margin in it. So we were able to offer things for double the quantity for same price, and we cornered the market. And since then, the amount per quantity hasn't gone down. It's still at 0.5 gram. So I don't know about anything. I just we had fun. It was crazy times.
Just like every other word.
Yeah.
It's
I
one of
feel
those
like I'm a
stories,
meth right now listening to Ryan.
right? It's like one of those stories where you just pick your own ending. Okay, so
Yeah. He starts in
John
chapter 1.
B obviously
and one
doesn't
time
know
he's done
about
in chapter 10.
statute limitations on certain crimes that only go to about 6 years. So I'm
Better
totally
call
out of
Sal.
the clear.
I like that
Oh,
show
no.
too.
Brian said he used to live next to a cookhouse. It's not cool. My house got hit by crossfire.
Oh shit.
That's scary.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you. Not just that, but there's no lie. That green cloud is like horrible stuff. So like, the toxins and gases that get put off. There was I used to live next to Granite Falls, which was the meth capital of the United States there for a while. And it's just out in the middle of nowhere, and people are cooking dope in trailers. Crazy stuff.
You got to move up. You got to be like the
Might have been the
Jeffersons,
reason
bro.
why I was
Move
getting it for
on
such a
up.
good price.
You got to pick better neighborhoods there, Ryan.
For real.
When I moved to
They're
Washington,
like, Ryan's like,
still,
they don't let me around little kids, so I can't go to those neighborhoods.
No. When I moved up to Washington, you could still beat people up and take their stuff. like physically. It wasn't like
Oh,
guns and
shit.
stuff like that. Like later on, yeah. Like later on, that stuff came in. But when we were first in the game, man,
Even
It was weird.
Mariah's dog's complaining about your internet.
She's like, "What's that blurry blob moving across the screen?" She said, "You're making her feel drunk." Oh my god! Get out of here. Like, I had enough of these assholes.
Yeah, we love you, Ryan.
All right. If we don't have anything else to talk about,
No, we're done clowning on
We're
Ryan.
outta
We can
here.
go now.
Chat, we appreciate you guys. So now we're not going to be streaming the show on all 3 channels at once. We're going to be rotating. So next week we'll be on Beto's channel. The Tuesday after that we'll be on Ryan's channel. The Tuesday after that we'll be back here. So make sure you subscribe to all 3 channels. All 3 channels links are in the description of this video. Click on them, subscribe, and we'll see you guys there at Beto's channel next Tuesday for episode 4 of Niners and Friends. We appreciate you guys being here. Beto, Ryan, it's been a blast.
Likewise.
Any
it's
closing
been fun.
thoughts?
No, just continue to stay plugged into all our channels so that you can continue to enjoy us. We know our shows on Tuesdays is, football, but it's just, like we did tonight, clowning around, having fun, spending an hour, man, just trying to take an hour away from our daily lives to try to just forget about the shit that's going on around us, whether it's pain, whether it's money, whatever it is. If you can spend an hour with us and kind of forget about life for that 1 hour, we did our job. So come and hang out with us every Tuesday at 6 p.m. on our channel. So thank you for watching tonight.
Ryan?
And make sure to go out and support all the other 49ers YouTube content creators also. We appreciate you, but help everybody out, because there's a lot of us and we all put a lot into this, and it's nice to have a feeling that somebody appreciates it.
Yep. I agree with both of them. And on that note, we're out of here, faithful.
Buenas
We'll see you
noches.
next time.